What's up, everybody? It's Troy here, and welcome back to another cast of the RotWK patch 2.2 version 7. Today we have a 1v1 on the forts of Isen. And yeah, let's see who we got. We have our first player, Asba, the man of the West. And then we have the opponent, Zireael, or Gaji Pro, as Goblins. Last cast I called him Gaji Pro, pretty much the whole cast. I think his name is pronounced Zireael, so I could call him Zireael, but I like the name Gaji Pro. So, perhaps I'll still call him Gaji Pro. Or, we'll call him Zireael for this one, I guess. That is the name he chose. We have Asba going for a Stables. That's a very forward stable, so I'm going to assume this is going to be a Stables delete start. I know it when I see it, because that would not be a safe Stables otherwise. And Zireael going for two Goblin Caves. We have Goblin Warriors being produced at the moment.
Let's get this thing moving.
So we have, hopefully, Gondor Knights coming out for Asba soon. There they are. Power-wise, of course, we have Men of the West choosing War Chant. Or, no, other way around. Goblins choosing War Chant, Men of the West choosing Rally Call. Be nuts if you could choose your opponent's one. It'd be a whole new game, even though it's the same power. So maybe not. And Zireael sending a builder off to the left side to see what he can see. Going past these ferocious doges. He's probably going to put a tunnel around here or something. It's usually a good spot for a tunnel. Somewhere around this area. A lot of players like to put a farm here or here. It's always a good spot too. And we have our first Gondor Knights on the field, opting to not engage these, and indeed the stables was deleted so he could build himself a barracks. So that's it might work out for him, it might not. We'll see. Stables delete starts can be iffy, especially if you lose your cav. That's never good. Never do a stables delete start and then lose your cavalry. Then you're just behind. But the Gondor Knights, as long as they don't get trapped in a mass horde of goblins, should do pretty well at trampling and killing all these Gondor, or Goblin archers, rather. Archers? Those aren't archers. Not last time I checked. Those are, though. I was just predicting the future. We have archers and warriors in this tunnel there. It looks like they have been pulled out. And wisely, Asba is going to pull his guys away there. Gaji Pro has actually gotten pretty good. You all seen he beat Solus in a 1v1. I have another replay I was going to cast of his as well, where he faced Solus. There's a few of them on there, game replays, so maybe we'll see. But I think he's definitely one of the better, newer players. Well, he's not. I don't know if he's new, but one of the better players I haven't heard of before until like semi-recently. So it's pretty cool to see some people start emerging as getting good. That's what happened with DJ Premier. He's one of the better players now, I'd say. But I remember when he was not. But now look at him now. Look at him now, Mom. Fabulous DJ. I thought he was trying to attack this dog. This wolf is not having it. Alright, Gondor. Soldiers being sent in. They're going to get shredded, though, of course. There's a lot of goblin poison blades and arrows in there. We do now have lings out for Zireael, who is going to be very useful for countering this cav. Oh, that's a nice sandwich there. He managed to get them stuck a little bit. And the lings, of course, will catch them. And potentially get them. Oh. Luckily for Asba, he has some Gondor soldiers ready to intercept, and these guys should be able to get away. He needs to get a well down if he wants to get these things back in action, though. Otherwise, they're just going to be useless. But he does no longer have a stables, of course, so he does need to make use of that. Got some Gondor soldiers down here. Looks like they probably cleared a tunnel or something. They were fighting something, I would assume, or maybe just preemptively shield walling. And some lings have been sent over to engage this. So let's see who wins. Shield wall hold ground stance Gundor soldiers or spiderlings in hold ground. It looks like the Gundor archers are kind of getting the better of it, but the warg's definitely helping a little bit. I think these win though, especially since the poison. If you can poison them and run away. These are supposed to be good against swordsmen, so, you know, they do alright against swordsmen and cavalry. Looks like Zireael is creeping the wargler over here. Get a little extra cash at PowerPoint, which is always lovely to have. Asba's pushing in with some Rohan spearmen and Gondor soldiers. Gaji Pro doing a good job of having an army ready to just pop out and ambush things at a moment's notice. It's a very nice play there. Utilizing the tunnel system is always good. Oh no, don't forget your treasure. The whole reason you creep is to get treasure. Feels bad. Oh well. It's only like 100 gold anyway, but still, you know. 100 gold, 115 gold, whatever it is. It's not something you just want to leave lying around. But it's also the equivalent of a little over 1 Goblin Warrior battalion. That could be the victory or defeat, that 1 Goblin Warrior. And he'll really wish he did miss that shiny gold treasure. We do have cave bats we purchased for Zireael now. Utilizing the debuff. Minus 25% damage, 20% armor, and nullifies leadership. Which is pretty big. The leadership null is not going to be too big. The thing about cave bats is it's very useful, but it of course won't fully nullify a war chant or a rally call, since that's 50% damage and armor. And that does not... It about takes off half of it, realistically. But, you know, better than having to face a full buff, is it not? It definitely is. Alright, we do have a proper stables and a proper position now. And now we have 2 battalions of Gondor knights there. And he does have a well, of course. I'm assuming one of these was the 2 from earlier, perhaps that one. Spiderlings may be good against Cav, but they're not good in a 1v1 scenario, particularly. They're not made to full counter Cav, they're made to help deal with Cav a little bit. And unfortunately for Zireael, that 109 gold has been claimed by his enemy because he forgot to pick it up. Highly unfortunate. So he's trying to run down these spiderlings there. Perhaps get these tunnels out of here before they become a problem. Definitely wise. We have 3 battalions of lings just right here alone. So Zireael really utilizing his spiderlings. He's got 4 goblin caves as well, producing lots of goblin warriors and archers. Oh, that builder, very lucky that Zireael was not paying attention or trying to go by it, because I think he could have got that builder if you would have stopped. It's like he's gonna try and wave assault the economy of his enemy, though. It's definitely not a bad idea. That's kind of how I feel like you should play with Goblin Warriors. Just send them all over the enemy base, harass as many farms as humanly possible, and try to really shut your opponent's eco down until you get giants and half-trolls and stuff, spider riders, all the fun stuff that goblins have. And of course, goblins late game very heavy on the power side, as I feel like they have one of the better power trees next to Angmar. Angmar has a very powerful power tree as well. But goblins have Balrog, they have Watcher, they have Summon Wildman, Scavenger. All kinds of good stuff to use. Dragon could be useful too, if you use it, you know, properly. Dragon is actually very, very great for destroying bases, I feel. As it has a giant cone. Like if you were back here targeting this, it would probably hit these as well. Alright, Goblin Warriors attacking here. Wave assaulting here. And cleaving their way through with the debuff of the cave bats above. I do feel like Gedji Pro is keeping this enemy in his base, which is definitely good for him. And definitely working out to his advantage. And let's see how the power points are going. 7 power points for Asba. 323 of 525. And then Zireael has 8 power points. After getting 2 5s, and he's at 4 ish of 700. So he's doing he's doing 175 better than his opponents in the eco. As amount of farms he has, assuming he doesn't have any Barrows expansion, which he does not. Because Barrows expansions also can be used to artificially increase your command point limit, but, you know, a lot of players don't do that. You can actually use those, though, and then just use lumber mills to supplement the fact that you just built those and the farms don't give you, you know, stuff. It's, I mean, it's not ideal, but it is an option. We have towers being utilized here. I have seen Gedji Pro use towers to fortify his positions in the past. It's not a bad idea to throw up a tower here and there. I don't like tower spam personally. I wouldn't say 1 or 2 towers is spamming though. I think utilizing towers is a good way to solidify a position and force your opponent to get some sort of siege or just really force his way through there. It helps keep his tunnel safe so he can pop out troops at the location. As long as he's not putting them literally everywhere. I don't see any problem with that. But even if he is, you know, whatever. His opponent is letting him put them everywhere. If you think of it that way, so. Whose fault is it really? You decide. Look at that single spider rider. He's going for it. Really? Jesus, he lived. This spider rider is the hero the goblins needed, but don't deserve. Look at him go. I'm genuinely surprised he's still alive. After charging twice, pikemen. Managing to somehow avoid it. Oh, they're getting sniped by an arrow tower from the fort. Feels bad, man. Oh well. It is a goblin, though. There's more to be found. That's for damn sure. There's another battalion right there. Oh, there's exactly what I'm talking about. Some Burrows expansions being thrown up to inflate his command point limit. So that'll give him quite a substantial command point cap. It's 875. I can't remember how much each one gives you. I probably should pay attention. I think it's like 25, maybe 50. I think it's 25, but don't quote me on that. I don't know. Either way, he's going to be able to build a lot of Goblin Warriors, as long as he has the eco for it, of course. Which he is building lumber mills, and still has a lot of tunnels. He also has Azog, who doesn't know how to say his own name, as he says Azog. Or maybe I'm wrong. But we all know it's Azog. We do have Golem there as well. Don't know if he'll be utilized or not in this game. I doubt it. Majority of 1v1s you don't see people getting the ring hero, but you never know. Asba trying to break this tunnel here. He's really going for it. We do have a Wildman summon here as well, being used to stop it. I think for the most part they succeeded, but to help the cave bats there. And Azog gaining XP. He now has Brigandage. So if he didn't have Scavenger, which looks like we have Hobbit summon for Asba right there. By the way, he did not, of course, get Scavenger. He went for Wildman and Dunlum. Then he now has Azog's Scavenger, as long as he can keep him in the area where the fighting is happening, of course. Asba's doing a good job of trying to defend everywhere, but Gedji Pro's really doing a great job of attacking all over the place. He's playing like a goblin. That sounds like an offensive thing to say, but it's not. So he's getting more riders, he's getting more goblin warriors, getting more goblin archers. All kinds of shiz is happening. Also running spider riders into pikemen. Well played. These things happen. That battalion's quite split up now. What's with these boys? They don't like their friends as much. They're the other group that no one hangs out with. Man, we got 3 battalions of spider riders. It's a pretty good amount of spider riders. And as you see the numbers popping up there, that's from Azog's Brigandage. Is it called Brigandage? whatever the fuck it's called. I think brigands is what Wallers is called. I click on him to find out, but I can't see him. I know he's there. There he is. Oh, it is actually called brigandage. Okay. I mean, you'd think I would know. And there, as I said before, there's people like to nestle a farm right there because it's safely tucked behind this inn in the cave troll. Kind of safe. Not obviously. Nothing is safe. Nothing is sacred. But safe enough, and also a lot of times easily overlooked. As you see, Gaji Pro not going to go for that because he either doesn't know it's there or he's not willing to throw everything in a cave troll to get to it. And now Asba's going to have to play some heavy defense here. There's a big old army of goblins coming into his base here. But he is also on the offensive with a bunch of Gundor Knights, led by Eomer, 3rd Marshal of the Riddermark, who's got himself leadership from the horse. 35% damage and armor and 50% experience gain. Pretty sweet. And now he also has a spear throw. A little bit of splash damage spear throw, which is pretty fun. Great for killing spider riders up here. Hobbit summon has been used. Will it be enough? I'm not so sure. Perhaps. Perhaps not. But it looks like we have a lot of there's a lot of goblin archers there. But the Cav is going to make short work of that. Oh, Gaji Pro trying to go for the huge watcher play there. Only clipping a little bit of the Gundor Knights though, sadly. So, I don't think that was too good for him. That could have been for bad timing, or of course for a host delay. I don't know if he's hosting or not, or how laggy the game is. All these things take into account when trying to cast powers. Because you never know, if you cast your power here, you might have to do it like a second or two ahead of time, just for it to hit what you're trying to get. Such is the way of things, sadly. We got tower guards in the field now. Replacing these peasanty Rohan spearmen. Who of course still look very lovely in the Sheet Edition of Rise of the Lich King, with shields on their back. I love it. Alright, there we go. We have lots of stuff. We do have spider hole expansions being thrown around the fort of Zireael. Notice I've taken to call him Gaji Pro and Zireael. I'm throwing it in. You're not going to know who's who now. You're like, who's? It's like he's split personality. We'll never know. I'll try to stick with one name. It's hard not to say Gaji Pro. It's just such a weird name. But fun to say at the same time. Am I wrong? I don't know. And he's pro. It's in the name. Weirdly enough, he is living up to, I feel like, so. Well enough. More so than most. Okay, he's pulling out of there. Just hitting him with a bit of poison on the tower guards. Not gonna do a lot of damage, but you know. Some damage is damage, I suppose. At least he didn't stick around too long. Yikes. We have money being gained for outlaw leadership. Outlaw leadership, of course, gives resources per kill for anyone in the Men of the West. Well, allies in the vicinity, rather, isn't it? Which is always a very good. Hammer, sometimes, even if you're not using Cav, is still very good to get just because of that. And the spear throw, of course. Which, as I said, very good for hitting some spider riders. If you can hit the middle, aim for the middle guy in the spider rider battalion, you can generally hit a fair amount of the battalion. They're not a big battalion. They come in a battalion, what, 6? So, you could potentially kill half of it with a spear throw if you're lucky. As long as you target it properly. We do have Fire Drake Broods, of course, if you didn't see those. It's always nice to see the Fire Drake Brood Horde make an appearance. It's a mini hero For goblins, it's literally just a small battalion of little fire drakes. Aren't they lovely? Of course they're. Their Inferno ability does unlock at level 7, which I kind of wish it unlocked at level 5. If I'm kind of honest. 7 feels... It feels ambitious, no? I feel like. Maybe not. I think maybe all mini heroes' abilities should be level 5. I could be wrong. I'm no balance advisor, but I feel like level 5 is generally pretty hard to get for a lot of things, especially these. Getting these, having no way to heal these, and also keeping them from getting shot to hell by archers can be pretty tricky. But they do have a really nice fire attack that does AoE damage, so they're very good. Alright, we got a big attack going on here. Mountain Giants being used to try and crush some of these archers. And the I don't even hear them. Gundar Knights making pretty short work of the Goblin Warriors, but the Spider Eyes are keeping them from trampling properly because, of course, you can't trample over Cav with Cav. Unless you can't Amuma kill his Cav. A stomp being used by the Giant there. Try and get that Giant safe. Seems to have done the job. Zireael's got a lot more stuff. He's also getting more of those Fire Drake Broods. He's also got 4 level 3 Goblin Caves. He has expanded the cave to a tremendous amount. He's taken it to the next level. Literally. And it's gonna keep his production pretty good. You can, of course, alternatively just get another Goblin Cave. Sometimes it's better to upgrade your caves. Because they also come with arrow towers, and they just... Maybe you'll live through an earthquake? Question mark? I don't know. We do have 10 power points in the bank here for Asba, who has just thrown in his summon hobbits. He's at 480 of 850. We have got 14 power points for 15 power points. Zireael, who already has, of course, Chosen Watcher and used it. And he's at 530 rather, of 1,000. Zireael's definitely doing very well. I would say he's playing Goblins very nicely. But he will be in trouble if an earthquake does happen in his face, because of course how compact and clumped it is. But all his buildings are level 3, except for the Spider Cave. Spider Pit, whatever you call it. So maybe that'll die. But I don't think he's going to have to worry about that too soon. He's going to have Balrog far before any nonsense like that happens. And it looks like he has also got himself a Drogoth the Dragon Lord, which is awesome. And also 5,000 resources. So he's been doing fairly well. If he's able to slam one of those out. Yes, I love Drogoth. Drogoth dies fairly rapidly to Archer Fire. At least upgraded archers. I mean, like, as in, like, tier 2 archers. Like Athelians or Mirkwoods, etc. But, you know. And keep him away from ice arrows from Angmar. Ooh. If you want to see a Drogoth die immediately, just go near some ice arrows. I don't like how he dies so fast to ice arrows, if I'm honest. I've never liked the ice fire mechanic in this game, particularly. I think it's a bit too OP and gives one faction a severe advantage that another one doesn't have. Alternatively, you could say you have that same issue with Ents against Angmar, because you have ice arrows. Don't do a lot of damage to Ents, but fire arrows do. So I don't know. Maybe it balances itself out. I still don't like the system, but well. But anything with fire will melt. Fire Drakes, Balrog, Drogoth. They're all fire-based, and they're all weak to fire or ice attacks. We do have a tower here. Lone Tower, I think. Yeah! Cheeky Lone Tower being summoned and filled with archers. Drogoth has to be a little bit careful. Although this isn't targeting him. Port isn't going to bring him down. He is opting to retreat over the tower. Luckily for him, Asba's not telling the tower to target him specifically. He should have. I think he might have killed Drogoth if the target was is him instead of random nonsense. But I guess defense is being done nonetheless. Azog's almost dead now. He is level 7 as well. There's some free gold there as well. Somebody should pick that up. Oh! Spear throw. Spear throw is not really meant to single target damage. He is actually going to lose his armor if he's not careful. Ooh, very lucky. Very lucky. Arrow versus spear throw. It does very small amount of damage. Just single targets, really. Big single targets. If it was Eowyn, on the other hand, her spear throw is meant to target single targets and would do a much better job. His is more of a splash. It's kind of like a Brand slam shot versus a Faramir slam shot scenario here. And of course, Faramir wounding arrow is what I'm referring to. I just like the joke that it's called slam shot because it's the meme. Everything's a slam shot nowadays. Alright, Zireael's coming for a big attack here. He's got a pretty powerful army of goblins. Supplemented by a Drogoth with Fireball and Wing Blast. If the cab gets in there, he could Wing Blast them to death, but he, of course, will have to be careful not to do it on his own units, because it also hurts his units. Nice job avoiding that. If you want to know how to do that, just press X while your army's selected, and they will all split up like that. Great for avoiding arrow volleys and stuff. It's pretty key, actually. Not having that kind of knowledge, you'd have to be like, okay, click this, click this, click this. You would have no time. Unless you're some sort of StarCraft 2 pro. Which we're all not, let's be honest. Drogoth, as long as he's not being killed by archers, is fantastic against countering cavalry. Nice Watcher as well. And in comes the Balrog of Morgoth. Woo! Oh my god. Well, that escalated quickly. And he's even going to have a little snack. The snack is a goblin, of course. But it's a snack nonetheless. Very nice. Nice. Breathe fire there. Eowyn's on the field now. Probably recruited her to try and kill Drogoth, I'd imagine. She's a pretty solid hero, especially once you get her to level 5, because you can use the ability to give her 100% armor. Which, you know, it's a lot of armor. So she gets pretty tanky. Balrog is going to kind of shut down Asba a bit. So he's kind of be relying on what he has at the moment. It doesn't look like Zireael has been doing much at the moment. He does have stuff. He has so much production. It's no problem, man. And of course, I'm sure he's rich. Well, he's spending money, of course. But he's doing fairly well. It looks like Asba is also cash floating pretty heavily. Is he going for Gandalf? I don't know if I would agree with that if he is. I mean, if he is, he hasn't even bought banners, so... But he is rebuilding his base away from his fortress. Trying to avoid the Balrog's wrath, of course. And get his production running again. Which seems to have worked. And Asba's on the offensive as well. Drogoth's still in the field. He is still level 3. I want him to get a nice wing blast. Oh, is that it? Yes! Although he might die to Faramir if he's not careful there. Oh! There we go. Very nice. Faramir wounding arrow. Eowyn spear throw. Or Faramir spear throw. Somebody's spear throw. And he did. You can get him back if he so desires, I'm sure. But we do have a Shelob on the field now. Very cool. You don't see Shelob too often. Shelob's one of my favorite heroes to use, to be honest. And in the next version, she's going to be much more fun to use. But we'll see if that ever happens. Someday, version 8 will grace our presence. It's getting there. TM. We do have a treasure trove here. It's like Gaji Pro is going to go for upgrades. He's also got 2 extra fissures. Try and keep his production of half trolls up there. Looks like he is command point capped.
Stand up and fight
which is always scary to be facing. Aspa's got a sizable amount of Men of the West Army command point cap, though. He's got a lot of cav. He's got Boromir now. Boromir could be huge if you can get a level 2, which is you racing too hard. We do have Theoden as well, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to click on him. Is that Amber? I swear to God, Theoden there. I mean, Theoden's pretty easy to spot in the HD edition. So, I don't see him. He's got a fancy horse. Oh boy. It looks like Asba's doing a good job of defending, though. He's recovering from a Balrog attack, I think, pretty well. He's getting closer and closer to his 25-point power as well. And if he chooses Army of the Dead and gets a huge amount of kills with it, I can't remember what's on the left or right side of the list power tree. I can never remember what it matters. So, we'll see, I suppose. I think Army of the Dead will probably be chosen, but we'll see. But if so, if he can get a lot of kills with it, it'll give him a lot. It'll generate a lot of power points, which is kind of broken. It's always been that way, sadly. Not really an easy fix to stop Army of the Dead or summons from making power points. Just the way things are. But if you could utilize it to your advantage, you'll definitely be in a good spot. This Boromir's not getting away. Oh dear. Shelob's level 3 now. Gorko's level 3 as well. He can mount a Scorpion if he wants. Usually not advised. And of course we have Azog almost on the cusp of level 8. Very close. Zireael throwing up a couple more towers. He likes to do his towers in 2s, doesn't he? Never just 1, but 2. Well, double the fun. Levels Eowyn 6, so she does have her ability that gives her more armor. Shelob is getting focused down by archers. Fire arrows would definitely be a good call for Asba, I feel like. Shelob melts to good archers with fire arrows. Yeah, he's actually doing that right there. He's also put his market in the front this time. Interesting. And he's got a couple of wells here. Wells, the number of wells up to 4 increases the amount battalion replenishes. So they'll recover the lost members quicker. But they will not heal faster because there's multiple wells. The healing rate is the same, but the replenishment rate increases with the amount of wells up to 4. In case you did not know that, that's some useful information for you. So if you see people getting like 4 wells, that's why, or whatever, because it just gets your army back to fighting strength quick. He has a lot of Gunner Knights. Has he ever heard of a Rohirrim? I'm not sure. But to be fair, he hasn't lost them, hence the reason they're still alive. We do, of course, have heavy armor on these half-troll marauders now. And Gajibro is making his way forth. If you can keep this mountain giant alive, it's going to spell trouble for show. There's the fire arrows on the archers now. And it looks like the north is being cleared up a bit. Trying to get rid of some of these towers and mines and stuff. Oh my. Okay, he went for Earthquake. It looks like a lot of these half-trolls actually tanked that Earthquake quite nicely. She'll be using a fear before dying and going back into the earth from whence she came. I love how they just melt into the soil. So I guess Dune Rangers leads to Earthquake. I knew that, obviously. I haven't been playing this game for fuck knows how long. I never remember anything. I couldn't tell you what happened for breakfast yesterday. And there is the summoned dragon. As Asba gets his 25-point power finally, Zireael's finally got a second one. So definitely Zireael is ahead in the whole PowerPoint game. Goblins generally do actually gain power points pretty quickly, quicker than their opponents. I think it's just because they're able to be fighting like all the time. So as long as you're doing a good job being aggressive as hell. Ooh, very nice. He just used rebuild on this. I don't know if I would have rebuilt that. Although it is going to make the dragon use a lot of his time trying to kill a level 2 barracks, which maybe is worth it. Uh-oh. Boromir should be okay. Dragonfire isn't, you know, it's deadly. You don't want to stand in front of it. Dragon got some damage done. You got the... Oh, he's repositioned. I thought he despawned. And he gets one more attack in there. Almost enough to kill that farm. But Gorkil will finish that off. No problem, man. Gorkil has his leadership as well. He needs to get him out of there. Get him back to the safety of his friends. Asba's trying to make an offensive at the moment, it looks like. He has archers and a lot of Gondor Knights. I think the fact that there's just a lot of Gondor Knights isn't particularly great. Was there always this in this Goblin cave? Or spider? I don't remember there always being that. Oh, there's the Watcher. While he's getting him while he's creeping. Very nice. Watcher's having a field day. Ooh, there goes there, right? I wonder if he had the cave bats. I think a good call to do is a lot of these guys lived because probably their armor's so high. But if you hit them with the cave bats and then do it, it generally makes them a lot more susceptible to dying to the eruption damage. Good to do with Watcher and Creebind for Isen as well, I feel like. Oh, Drogoth is going to go for... I don't know if this is the right call. Oh, he's so close. Is there a Faramir here? Both the Spear Throws have been used and all these Rangers have actually been obliterated. Oh, if this arrow tower can reach that Drogoth. Oh, there he goes. Nice. Fuck. He's going for some very forward barracks placements here. And he's also got this lone tower, of course. He's not building towers, he's just summoning the lone tower. Which has the same effect. But you don't have to... Or you don't get to buy the fire upgrade, of course. But it's free, so... It's pretty useful. We do have Drogoth... nothing about Drogoth. He's dead. We do have Darkness on the field for the Goblins. All ally units gain 33% damage and armor. It stacks with buffs, leaderships, and other spells. So it's very powerful in combination with other buffing spells. Bombadil's been summoned in. Ooh, nice sonic song. Hit them while they're all clumped, and then punch us. Gorkil in his balls. He's not doing a lot of damage to Gorkil, it's gotta be said though. Looks like the tower has been taken out. The Hobbit summon has been called in. That's when you know shit's got real. We do have some Fire Drake Brood hordes as well. This is not looking good now that we have goblins with forged blades and heavy armors. I do like the goblin with the red forged blades. Looks very cool. That's the HD edition, of course. Thing. Pretty sure they have blue blades in the default game without a texture pack on. But I can't remember. I know Half Troll do at least. And Balrog is already back. Ooh, I feel like he was just here. Oh dear. Luckily for Asba, well, I say luckily. I thought he still had buildings over here. He doesn't. So Zireael is going to try and take down his production buildings again. There's a couple of rangers in this dormitory expansion. Both teams are having trouble shutting the game down and winning, but it looks like all that Asba has at the moment is just his Gondor Knight army with a couple of heroes. And of course, he's a couple of rangers in here. But he's not winning. Zireael is definitely in a commanding lead. He's got more power points, he's got more eco, he's got more troops, more production buildings. He's got more everything. And he has more map control, I would argue, as well. Although we have some... I'm guessing just some farms to be built to get him some command points. Obviously, if you put 2 farms together, they're going to make trash money. That one's making 4, that one's making 13. It's not great. That's a bit too many towers. Come on now. Come on. Come on, Gedgy Pro. 3 towers. What is this? Tower Wars? Maybe it is. I don't know. If so, we're on like wave 18, I feel like. Gedgy Pro is going to win this game, I can pretty much guarantee at this point. It's just a matter of time. Unless he falls apart, I guess. It is possible. The ring has been dropped. Nope, it hasn't been dropped yet. Almost, though. Almost dead. Look at his health bar. The ring would be a very juicy target for goblins, I feel like. Who has the means to build the ring hero if he just wants to sit back for a minute. And build up some eco. He's been throwing Drogoth out there and stuff, so I mean, as long as he's getting kills as well, he's also getting money. Doesn't look like he has Scavenger, though. He's solely relying on Azog, I think, for that. He is indeed. He's got 17 power points in the bank now. So he could get Worm, I guess? If he wants it. Wouldn't be a bad call. Worm could be very useful. But since he always has Azog around, he doesn't really need Scavenger at the moment. Because he's in there. He's in that death ball. Somewhere. And he is exactly what is giving that army experience. Oop, the troll has been aggroed. Some goblin warriors will probably suffer. Nope, looks like he's managed to get away. Ah, that arrow volley had potential to do some serious damage. Got a few goblins, though. But Zireael too quick on the splitting up of his army. If he could have hit a Boromir horn and then did it, that would have been good. I think he was hoping his enemy wouldn't have noticed in time. Which, I mean, is any time you use it, really. You're hoping your enemy doesn't notice. I genuinely think like he needs to upgrade his cav, but he's really not in a position to do it. But I don't think cav is going to win him this game. They've been great, but they're definitely not. They're not going to stop this. Porco using his poison stinger there. It looks like on somebody. Faramir, it looks like. Faramir's going to die to poison. Look at him go. Oh, he's dead. Poisoned in the prime of his life. Feels bad, man. Looks like Gedgy Pro is going for the kill here. If only he had boiling oil in his fortress. I think Goblin Warriors would have melted. Even with a buff, Goblin Warriors is still fry. Spider Riders probably not. Maybe. I don't know. But it looks like these Rangers and Cav and stuff are stopping the fort from taking any damage. There it is. He's finally got a bit of a surround on the fort. He's starting to whittle it down. Asba is on the offensive a little bit, but I mean, I don't think it's going to matter at this point. He has so little. The base of Goblins is so fortified with Spider Hole expansions and arrow towers. He ain't going to do nothing over there. And the buildings are all level 3. They all have arrow towers on them as well. It's just not a good scenario to be in. There we go. Azog being brought back in. He wants the killing blow, but he's not going to get it. Bombadil. One last Sonic song for the road. Very nice. I think that's gonna spell GG yet. There it is. Brutal. Oh man. That was rough. Asba fought pretty hard there. But I mean, God, the goblins, nothing can stand up to the goblins. Oh my God. Goblin late game is very, very strong. once you get all the powers and stuff and upgrades and such. It's very good. Gaji Pro, Zireael, whatever you want to call him. I think he's pretty good. I think he's got what it takes, and he's pretty good with goblins, at least from what I've seen. So yeah, well played to him, and Asba, of course, as well. And yeah, there you go. That's a cast of the Rise of Witch King Patch 2.2 version 7. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.